Everybody says Claude Skills are a productivity cheat code. I spent the test trying to prove them wrong. Claude Skills claims to turn Claude into a reusable workflow engine, so the real question is whether it actually delivers, or whether these are just glorified prompts dressed up as something bigger. Charge 1, Real-World Utility. The claim is that the Skills marketplace is packed with genuinely useful tools, so you open it up, browse the trending tab, install a handful, and then nothing really changes in how you work. That's the failure mode. I looked at data from someone who tested 100 top-rated skills to see how many actually hold up. I looked at data from 2 separate tests, and the number that kept coming up was pretty brutal. Out of 100 top-rated skills, only 6 were actually worth keeping, and the rest were mostly coding-focused tools that do nothing for knowledge workers. The best skills that survived had one thing in common. They did one job, with deterministic code and a razor-sharp description. This charge sticks. The safer read is that the marketplace is a wasteland if you go in blind, because 94 out of 100 skills are basically noise. That's 0 of 1 claims holding up so far, and the risk of wasting your time on bad skills is very real if you skip curation. I've burned enough hours sorting good skills from junk to know the trending tab is a trap. Drop a reply if you've installed a bunch and ended up using basically none of them. Charge 2, Productivity Impact. The claim is that the right skills can seriously move the needle on how much you get done. The objection most people have is that they've tried Claude, it's fine, but it doesn't feel like a step change. The question is whether skills actually flip that, or whether the gains are just marginal and hard to measure in real work. Watch what happens when you look at the power user numbers. People using curated skills report 50 to 100% productivity gains, and 5 specific skills alone cut deliverable creation time by 40 or more hours a month. These are community-reported figures, so your results will vary, but the pattern is consistent across multiple sources, and it's not subtle. Okay, so this one doesn't stick. The productivity gains are real when the skills are curated, and 40 hours a month saved is a number that actually shows up in the data. That puts us at one of 2 claims holding up, and this one lands because the gains are tied to specific, narrowly scoped skills, not the marketplace in general. Charge 3, Adoption and Awareness. The claim is that Claude Skills is a feature people are actively using and getting value from at scale. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. The number that made me stop: 95% of Claude users don't even know skills exist, so whether skills work is almost beside the point if nobody's finding them in the first place. I ran this twice because the install-to-use ratio is genuinely bad. Users who do find skills end up installing around 30, but actively using only 2. Most viral skills are low quality, and discoverability is the single biggest barrier because the feature is buried and Anthropic hasn't pushed it hard enough for most users to stumble onto it. This charge sticks hard. The feature is massively underused because it's nearly invisible, and a 30 installed to 2 used ratio tells you the discovery problem is real. We're at one of 3 claims holding up now, and the adoption failure is the clearest sign that skills haven't broken through as a mainstream workflow tool yet. Alright, so right now we've got 1 claim holding up and 2 that have fallen, but the charges still ahead are the ones that could actually flip your decision, because measurable ROI and whether skills are genuinely more than prompts are the 2 things that determine if this feature is worth your time at all. Those answers are coming up right now. Charge 4, Measurable ROI. The claim is that skills pay for the time you put into them, with hard, countable savings. The hard truth is that most people never see those savings, because they never curate. You install whatever's trending, use none of it, and the feature just sits there. The question is, what happens when someone actually does the curation work? When someone curated just 12 skills, they stopped 269 in monthly waste and saved 90 hours. A 48-page contract review that used to take 90 minutes dropped to under 1 minute with a PDF skill. Enterprises running curated skills reported 87% faster workflows. These are community-reported numbers, but they line up across enough independent sources to take seriously. Now this one doesn't stick either. The ROI is real, but it only shows up when you curate deliberately and stopping nearly $2,400 in monthly waste with just 12 skills is a number that's hard to argue with. That's 2 of 4 claims holding up, and this one lands because the savings are tied to specific, measurable workflows, not vague productivity feelings. Charge 5, workflow versus prompt. The claim is that skills are a real step above a saved prompt, that they're version-controlled, reusable engineering workflows. The failure mode here is real. You build a process in Claude, it works once, then it breaks the next time, because the input's changed, and there's no structure holding it together. Skills are supposed to fix that. I didn't expect the architecture distinction to be this clean, but it is. A skill is a codified workflow, reusable by anyone on the team, version-controlled, and built to run consistently even when the inputs vary. Enterprise governance features were added in December 2025, which means this is now a real team-level tool, not just a personal shortcut. So this one doesn't stick either. The version control and consistent execution hold up even when inputs vary, which a save prompt simply can't do, and that's a real architectural difference worth caring about. That's 3 of 5 claims holding up, and the workflow depth here is the strongest case for skills being a real productivity layer, and not just a marketing story. So where does Claude Skills actually shine? When you curate, the gains are real. 12 carefully chosen skills can stop nearly $2,400 in monthly waste and save 90 hours. A 48-page contract review drops from 90 minutes to under 1 minute, and power users report 50 to 100% productivity gains. The tool works, it just demands that you do the selection work first. Now, where does Claude Skills fall short? The marketplace is genuinely bad. Only 6 of 100 top-rated skills are worth keeping, and 95% of users don't even know the feature exists. Most people who do try it install 30 skills and end up using 2. So if you're not willing to curate aggressively, you'll get basically nothing from this feature. Worth it if you curate deliberately. Skip it if you're going to browse the trending tab and hope for the best. 3 of 5 charges held up, and the 2 that stuck are both discoverability problems, not product problems. So the safer pick is to start with a trusted curated list and ignore the marketplace entirely. One thing the marketing doesn't tell you, a skills skill MD file can get bloated fast, and when it does, the trigger logic breaks down and Claude stops invoking the skill reliably. Keep your skilled MD razor thin. One job, one trigger, no padding. Bloated instruction files are the silent killer of skills that worked great in testing and then quietly stopped firing in production. If Claude Skills got you curious about how Anthropic's other features actually work in practice, the next video to watch is Claude Artifacts, everything you need to know. It runs the same kind of charge-by-charge look at artifacts that I just did here, and a lot of the curation lessons carry straight over. It's right there on screen.